Let's get out of here, y'all. Phoenix, Arizona. Let's beat this. Let's beat this popsicle stand. Gotra. Yeah. We're not staying here any longer because we got us a load and we're getting up out of here. And as we traverse this country, just remember you're at the Solomon Project, where it's not how much you make, it's how much you keep that counts. I'm your host, Richard Burns. This is the fastest way to get out of this particular situation right now. I'm going to go over the scales, but I'm going to go nice and slow. I've seen truckers do the same thing I'm doing right now, but going at like 20 miles an hour. And that's not good for the scale. Most scales I see at weigh stations, I see them posting up speed limits of 3 to 5 miles per hour while going over the scale. But like I said, I've seen drivers do exactly what I did now. Go over a scale at a truck stop at a much higher rate of speed. Palm trees. Yeah, it's time to bounce. It's time to bounce, and I know that the route that I'm taking will take me close to the border of the US and Mexico. Tony T was pulled over twice, once by Border Patrol and once by ICE. I think within a week and a half time, traveling along the same route I'm traveling right now. He got pulled over twice. Have you seen oil? Oil popped back up. Got to find out what's going on. Also, did you hear about this tremendous kick to the satchel that our cattle ranchers got? I'm telling you, between the soybean farmers and these cattle ranchers, they're getting punched in the face economically, financially. Financial punch to the face. Wow.
What up?
Yeah. So you guys already know that the Trump administration came to Argentina's aid, and I just gotta wonder what happened to America first, but okay. 2 bailouts for the Argentinian government, 2 bailouts, both for $20 billion, for a total of $40 billion. And then Argentina goes ahead, lowers their tariffs, and then sells the Chinese soybeans. Yeah. You already know how the soybean farmers felt after that. But wait, there's more. Even after all that, now the Trump administration is, I don't even know how to say it. Are they allowing? No, they are. Are they purchasing? I don't know if they're purchasing Argentinian beef, y'all. What? The cattle ranchers are mad. They all voted for Trump. The soybean farmers voted for Trump. However, it's not like they weren't warned. They were definitely warned. Sorry to say, they were warned. Argentinian beef, y'all. They can't be feeling good about that. Oh, wow. Got some cars on the racetrack. I don't know if that's some kind of trial run or something. Yeah, this dude is out with his helmet on and everything. Too bad I can't angle the camera so you can see it, but yeah. Some kind of race course. What's this? Another race course over here on the right? What is that? I'm saying though, these cattle ranchers are not happy. Tesla earnings came out, y'all. How do you think they did? You can find out for sure. I didn't get to read up, but on the surface, what was it? Sales were up and profits were down. And profits were down by a lot. Tesla did make an announcement that they were going to lower the price on their vehicles. That might sound good for consumers, but it's not good for investors. Not good for investors. Let's see what happens now. There are some obstacles that Tesla has to contend with. For one thing, here in the United States, electric vehicles are not that popular. Not like they are in Asia, not like they are in Europe. They had a huge manufacturing plant in China, and at that time Elon was mocking this other EV company. But the way China operates, you want to set up shop over there, you got to share it in your technology. So while Elon is setting up shop in China, manufacturing in China, taking advantage of low labor costs, he was able to make Teslas at a cheaper price or it's a cheaper cost to manufacture out there than it is here. Here's another crazy thing. Elon was being subsidized by the US government to encourage the selling of a vehicle that uses an alternative energy as opposed to fossil fuels, oil, gas. Now, when I saw him teaming up with Trump, that union didn't make any sense to me. I wasn't considering his other companies, but definitely when it came to Tesla, it didn't make any sense. Why not? Because Tesla manufactures electric vehicles, not gas burning vehicles, electric vehicles. Trump's major backers are from the oil industry. They're not from the alternative energy industry. Their backers are from the oil industry. So why would somebody who made a fortune receiving welfare from the government, from the US government, to encourage him to manufacture vehicles that ran on alternative energy, why would he team up with somebody who had no interest in helping that particular type of infrastructure or industry? And of course, the subsidies that were offered to help people purchase electric vehicles, that got taken out. So it really didn't make any sense to me. But remember that EV company, that electrical vehicle company that Elon was making fun of when he was back in China manufacturing Teslas? Ha ha ha ha ha. Yeah. That company is BYD. And BYD is beating Tesla in sales, if I'm not mistaken. Or at one point they were beating them, and then Tesla went back up. But I think, I'm not sure, I gotta look into it, but they might have surpassed Tesla again. But they're right there, they're right on par with Tesla as far as sales are concerned. Now, one of the things that hurt Elon and Tesla with their sales for a while was Elon's involvement in politics. That didn't go over too well. Not in the United States, Canada, nor Europe. And here's the thing, BYD is backed by the Chinese government financially. Totally. So they were able to put out vehicles of equal or better quality than Tesla at a cheaper price, much cheaper price. If I'm not mistaken, BYD's better models, check this out, their better models are half the price, or maybe a little less than half the price of Tesla's best models. Woo! So a decision had to be made in Tesla, and apparently the decision was that they were going to lower the prices on their vehicles. Again, that's great for the consumer who wants to buy a Tesla, but not so great for the investors that invested in Tesla, because that reduces the profits of Tesla. So that's no good. No good at all. But investors hang in there with Tesla. They hang in there. I said it before, I've never bought a Tesla share in my life. And I have no interest in starting now. If I did start now, I would be chasing after a stock, which is something I never recommend. Why not? I don't chase after a stock because you would be doing the complete opposite of what you're supposed to be doing, which is buy low and then sell high. If you're chasing a stock, you continuously buy when it's high. You're buying when it's high. So what happens? How much higher can it go from you buying at its highs? It could still go up. But what kind of profit are you going to acquire after buying it high? So you're buying high to sell higher, hopefully. For example, Palantir. I wouldn't buy Palantir now. I bought Palantir when it was like $11. Sat on it for years, and then finally it popped up. But I wouldn't buy it now. Nvidia. I bought Nvidia a long time ago. I wouldn't buy it now. Understand, you can still make money off these stocks without having to purchase them by using options. But for long term, look at this guy. I know all the ladies are loving this. All the ladies want to know if they can ride with him or not. Look at that thing. Nice. Yeah, it's a hot ride right there. You should take it to the racetrack. Look at this truck on the shoulder, lights flashing. What are we supposed to do? We're supposed to move over. That's why I didn't bother to move back yet. But I'm moving back now. Talking about cattle ranchers. Check out the truck that's gonna appear on the left. Right here. It's coming up like a flower. Right there. There it is. Empty. Empty and stinking. Whatever livestock he was hauling on that thing, they did their business in there. Now he's got to go wash it out. And they can leave layers up in there too. Ooh, I can smell them. The funk. And that's a dangerous load. A dangerous load to put on that particular trailer. It's dangerous. You can get crushed by these cows and these bulls. You can get crushed by them. As a matter of fact, there are drivers that have been crushed. They've been unalived by the livestock. And they got to load. The driver has to load it. Maybe they won't have to load so much if we're getting our beef from Argentina. Ooh. I wonder if it's impacting the livestock drivers. Yeah. Oh. Commercial vehicles right lane only. What's that all about? Is there a weigh station coming up? No. It's not what it is. Are you guys checking out Arizona out here? This is Arizona. Really cool in the morning out here. And it's already in the 80s now. Well, I say already, but in the east it's 2 o'clock. But out here, yeah, that's the thing with the deserts. This overheating of the camera is a challenge. I got my defrost full blast. Still shutting off on me. Pikachu, 5 miles away. Pikachu. Yeah, it looks flat over here, but we're 1,500 feet in elevation. How do I know? My GPS tells me that. Yep. Little button I gotta press and it tells me what the elevation is. 1,500. Even though it looks flat, it's still 1,500. So what do you guys think about these cattle ranchers and these soybean farmers? Because here's the thing, it's not the first time they go through it. It's not the first time. So do we ignore them? Yeah, I think that's the best thing. Just ignore them, because you didn't step into this thing without knowing, without information being provided. Maybe the information came through and you rejected it. Instead of doing the actual math, you said nah. See, that's a problem. That's a problem. When you ignore the fact that some of your sources are not credible, but you refuse to accept that, you could be led astray. And the consequences that you pay for being led astray may be too much. Yeah, we got to amp up our educational system because it's not working out for some people. And that's not to say that people who have gone to higher learning institutions, it's not to say that they can't fall into the traps of propaganda. They do. All the time. Oh man. That's where they're at. Now the cattle ranchers. Hoo-wee. And all these MAGA truck drivers come across some of their content too, and they're all types of distracted. All types of distracted. Well, I'll leave you guys with Kitty. Let you talk with Kitty, see if Pikachu, and figure out if you want to become a cattle rancher or maybe a soybean farmer. I don't know. Come on over, Kitty. Arabam Dacia, seviyorum çift kalem aça. Göremedi kimseden fayda. İşler